In this demonstration, you will see how you can use Ansible and Ansible Tower to automate Microsoft Azure resources. To start with, we will check the different Ansible modules which will help us create the Azure resources. We will see how to configure Azure credentials within Ansible Tower. We will check the playbook which contains all these Ansible modules which will provision the Azure resources, and finally we will check how you can use dynamic inventory within Ansible Tower to discover the newly created virtual machines within Azure. So let's get started. Microsoft Azure is a certified Ansible automation partner, and there are a lot of modules which will help us create different Azure resources from resource group, virtual network, subnet, external public IP address, security group, and all the way to an instance. You will see all these modules in this link which is there in ansible.com. To start with, we actually need to create an Ansible Tower credential, adding all the Azure subscription details. So if I log into my Ansible Tower, let's see how we can actually create the Tower credential. Go to Credentials, click on Create New Credential and choose the credential type as Microsoft Azure. You see Microsoft Azure Resource Manager here. You need to give the subscription ID, the tenant ID, the client secret, and the client ID. You'll be getting all these details from your Azure console or using the Azure command line interface. Once it is configured, we can actually go and check the playbook which contains all these modules. The first module which we use is Azure RM Resource Group, which will create a resource group to hold all our resources. For the purpose of this demonstration, I will be using the Azure location Central India. Once you have the resource group created, we can then create the virtual network using Azure RM Subnet module. Then inside the virtual network, we will create a subnet. And the module we use is Azure RM Subnet module. Once a subnet is created, we can go ahead and create a public IPv4 address. Then the security group to allow different access. For the purpose of this demo, we will actually allow SSH access to test connectivity to the RHEL 8 instance which we create. Once we create the subnet, the IP address, we can then create a virtual network interface and associate all the resources which we created in the previous tasks. We will associate the resource group, the virtual network, subnet, public IP, security group to this network interface. And in the final task, we will create the Azure virtual machine. And in this demo, I actually use Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8, which is a certified image provided by Red Hat to provision RHEL 8 in Microsoft Azure. The VM size we use is standard A1V2, and I am using the resource group Ansible RHEL RG to create this RHEL 8 instance, and the network interface which I use is Ansible RHEL NIC, which contains the subnet, the security group, and the public IPv4 address. So let's go and provision the instance. I'll go to the template here. Create Azure Resources is a job template which I am using, which contains the create Azure Resources.yaml playbook which I showed you earlier. So I'll go and execute this template, and in the meantime I will log into Azure and check the resource groups which are existing. I don't have the resource group Ansible rel rg, and it is just being created. Let's just refresh here. Once we refresh here, you should actually be seeing the new resource group. It probably may take a couple of seconds before you can actually see the resource group. So you can go back to the Azure dashboard and click on resource groups. And here you see the Ansible rel rg resource group. And once the resource group is created, it will go ahead and create the virtual network, the virtual subnet, and the public IP address. So to see these resources being created inside the resource group, we can click on the resource group Ansible rel rg, and momentarily you would be seeing these individual resources like virtual network, subnet, and IP address, and the network interface card being created. So let's refresh. It takes a couple of minutes before you can actually see these resources. So first you see the virtual network. We had the virtual network created earlier. Once the virtual network is created, it will create the subnet, the IP address, the security group, the virtual network interface card. So just keep on refreshing. You see the location or the Azure region where these resources are created, that is Central India. Now you see the Red Hat Enterprise Linux Network Information Card, which is Ansible rel NIC, then Ansible rel IP, Ansible rel SG, which is the security group, and the Ansible rel VNet, which is a virtual network. So once all of these are created, it will actually go and create the virtual machine. You see the task to create the virtual machine is running right now. So let's refresh. You would basically be seeing the virtual machine momentarily as part of this resource group. In the meantime, let me just go and check the inventories. I have an Azure inventory, but currently it doesn't have any host. Once the virtual machine provisioning is over, we can actually go and refresh the source. We can actually sync the inventory so that you will see the newly created rel 8 instance. So let's refresh. In a couple of minutes, you should see the virtual machine. So what happens in the background is it uses the rel 8 virtual machine disk, copies it into the Azure storage account, then starts the virtual machine from that storage account. So it would take a couple of minutes before you can actually see the virtual machine being created. So let's go to jobs and check the status of that playbook. It is still creating the virtual machine. So let's see what is the IP address which is created to access this instance. We have 13.71.5.15. So what I do is I can actually connect to this instance. I will log in as user Srijit. I can log into this machine as user Srijit because that was the username which I actually gave in the playbook. So if you look at the playbook, you remember we created the playbook with one task wherein the username was Srijit with a password Red Hat 1 exclamation. So in a real world scenario in production environments, you will not be giving the admin username and password in clear text. The ideal way is to use Ansible Vault, but for the purpose of this demonstration, I will actually be using the user Srijit and the password which I mentioned earlier to connect to the instance. So let's give the IP address here, copy, And once the instance is up and running, we will actually be connecting to that virtual machine. So let's go and check the resource groups to see whether the VMs are up and running. Yeah, now you see that there is a RHEL 8 virtual machine up and running. Let's see the status of the job. It's almost getting over. The virtual machine will be in the booting state by now. If you look at the storage account which we created, go into the storage container, you would see a RHEL8.vht, which is a virtual hard drive created for the RHEL 8 instance. So coming back to the resource group, you should still be seeing the virtual machine RHEL 8, the storage account, and the other resources which was created earlier. So in the meantime, we can actually try connecting. It is now accepting the connection. It is asking for the password. You see it accepts the password, and if I check the operating system, you see it is Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8. So the RHEL 8 machine is up and running for 1 minute, and if you go back to Ansible Tower, you see our final task which shows the RHEL 8 instance IP address, showing the same IP address 1371.5.15. So what we can do now is we can actually go and do the inventory sync, check the Azure, check the host. Currently it doesn't have any host. I will go to sources and click the sync, start sync process. It will basically connect to the Microsoft Azure API and find out the newly created instance. And once the sync process is over, if you go and check the host, you would be able to see the newly created RHEL 8 virtual machine and its details. So if I click on host now, momentarily you should be seeing the host. You see the RHEL 8 host. If I click on RHEL 8, you see the host address 1371.5.15, which is similar to the RHEL 8 virtual machine which we just logged into. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration.